Announcer bot is active. Buggy from Zimbabwe is first driving a BMW Z4. Frederick Amsup from Italy is P2, driving a Mercedes-AMG GT3. Buggy is second. Frederick Amsup is P1. Grandmaster Matt 44 is third. Frederick Amsup is third. Buggy is P1. Best lap is a 1:12.616. Frederick Amsup from Italy is P3. Buggy is P1 driving a BMW Z4. Frederick Amsup is P2. "40 minutes remaining in the session." Grandmaster Matt 44 is P3, driving an Audi. Buggy is first driving a Z4. Frederick Amsup is P3. Best lap is a 1:15.426. Buggy is second. Slappin is P4, driving a BMW Z4. Buggy is P2. Josh Fulton from United States is fourth on softs, driving a Mercedes-AMG GT3. Buggy is second. Slappin is P4. Buggy is second, driving a BMW Z4. Best lap is a 1:12.490. Grandmaster Matt 44 is P1 driving at Audi. Best lap is a 1:11.806. Buggy is P2. Josh Fulton is P4. Grandmaster Matt 44 is P2. Frederick Amsup is P3, driving a Mercedes-AMG GT3. Best lap is a 1:14.019. Buggy is P1. Best lap is a 1:11.772. Grandmaster Matt 44 is P2. 35 minutes remaining in the session. Slappin is P6. Frederick Amsup is P3. Josh Fulton is sixth. Frederick Amsup is P4. Buggy from Zimbabwe is P1. Frederick Amps Up from Italy is P4. Josh Fulton is P6.
Grandmaster Matt 44 is P-2.
Buggy is P1 driving a BMW Z4. Slappin is 4th. Best lap is a 1:13.937. Buggy is first up. Kyle Z32 from United States is P6 on mediums driving a Mercedes-AMG GT3. Buggy from Zimbabwe is P1. Best lap is a 1:11.457. Kyle S32 from United States is 6th dot. Josh Fulton is 3rd on softs. Best lap is a 1:13.060. Minutes remaining in the session. Deadly D4N13L from United States is P6 driving a Lamborghini Huracan GT3. Kyle Z32 is 7th. Buggy is first driving a Z4. Josh Fulton is P3. Buggy is P1. Deadly D4N13L from United States is 6th. Frederick Amsup is P4, driving a Mercedes-AMG GT3. Best lap is a 113.611. Kyle S32 is P7 on mediums. Buggy is P1. Best lap is a 111.256. Grandmaster Matt 44 is second. Deadly D4N13L is P6. Frederick Amps Up is P4 on softs. Best lap is a 113.200. Buggy is P1, driving a Z4. Kyle's Z32 is P7. Best lap is a 117.414. Buggy is first. Josh Fulton is third, driving an AMG. Grandmaster Matt 44 is second. "25 minutes remaining in the session." Slappin is fourth. Best lap is a 113.036. Josh Fulton is P4. Best lap is a 112.711. Grandmaster Matt 44 is second. Best lap is a 111.755. Buggy is first. Deadly D4N is P6. Best lap is a 114.404. Buggy is first. Deadly D4N is sixth, driving a Huracan. Kyle's 3-2 is P7 on mediums. Buggy is first. Kyle Z32 is P7. Slappin is P-5. Buggy from Zimbabwe is P1. Grandmaster Matt 44 is second. Frederick amps up is P3. Best lap is a 112.286. Deadly D4N13L is P.6 driving a Lambo. Frederick amps up is P3. Josh Fulton is fourth. 20 minutes remaining in the session. Kyle's 32 is P7, driving a Mercedes AMG GT3. Best lap is a 114.980. Slappin is fifth. Best lap is a 113.030. Grandmaster Matt 44 is P2. Kyle Z32 is 7th. Grandmaster Mac 44 is P2. Josh Fulton is P4. Buggy is first. Josh Fulton is P3 driving an AMG. Best lap is a 111.934. Kyle Z32 is P7. Best lap is a 114.436. Slappin is 5th. Deadly D4N13L is P6. Buggy is P1 driving a Z4. Deadly D4N13L from United States is P6. Buggy is P1 driving a BMW Z4. Frederick amps up is 4th on softs. Deadly D4N13L is 6th. Best lap is a 113.755. 15 minutes remaining in the session. Grandmaster Matt 44 is P2. Deadly D4N13L is P6, driving a Lamborghini Huracan GT3. Buggy is P1. Grandmaster Matt 44 is 2nd. Josh Fulton is 3rd. Frederick amps up is 4th. Grandmaster Matt 44 is 2nd. Frederick amps up is P4. Josh Fulton is P3, driving an AMG GT3. Best lap is a 1:11.912. Grandmaster Matt 44 is second. Deadly D4N13L is P6. Buggy is P1. Frederick Amps Up is fourth. Best lap is a 1:11.981. Buggy is P1 and Grandmaster Matt 44 is P2. Best lap is a 1:11.711. Frederick Amps Up is P4, driving an AMG GT3. Josh Fulton from United States is third. Ten minutes remaining in the session. Grandmaster Matt 44 is second. Deadly D4 N13L is P6. Grandmaster Matt 44 is P2. Buggy is first. Josh Fulton is third. Frederick Amps Up from Italy is fourth. Grandmaster Matt 44 is P2, driving a Audi. Frederick Amps Up is fourth. Josh Fulton is P3 driving a Mercedes-AMG GT3. Buggy is first driving a Z4. Slappin is P5. Frederick amps up is P.4. Best lap is a 1:11.973 dot. Josh Fulton is P3. Grandmaster Matt 44 is P2. Frederick amps up is P4. Five minutes remaining in the session. Grandmaster Matt 44 is second. Josh Fulton is P3. Slappin is P5. Kyle Z32 is 8th. Best lap is a 1:16.671. Deadly D4N13L is 6th. Best lap is a 1:13.194. Frederick amps up is P4. Kyle Z32 is P8 dot. Slappin is P5. Frederick amps up from Italy is P4.
Kyle's 32 from United States
is 8th. Frederick amps up is 4th, driving a Mercedes-AMG GT3. Slappin is 5th. Josh Fulton is 3rd. Dot. Slappin is 5th.
Frederick amps up from Italy is P4.
Josh Fulton is P3. Kyle's Z32 is P8, driving a BMW Z4. Best lap is a 1:14.507.
Slappin is 5th, driving a Z4.
Frederick amps up is P4. Deadly D4N 13L is P-6. Frederick amps up is P4. Kyle's Z32 is P8.
Frederick amps up is 4th.
Deadly D4N13L is P6. Dot. The qualification session is at Ottawa Motorsports Park Club Circuit in Ottawa, United States. The wind speed is 14 km/h from the north-northwest. Grandmaster Matt 44 is 5th. Kyle Z32 from the United States is P4, driving a BMW Z4.
Slappin
is P6, driving a BMW Z4.
Buggy
from Zimbabwe is P2, driving a BMW Z4. Josh Fulton from the United States is 7th, driving a Mercedes AMG GT3. Kyles 32 is P5, up 17.61, driving a BMW Z4.
Slappin is 4th up, 0.74.
Kyle Z32 is 6th up, 1.27. Best lap is a 1:16.087, 4.336 off pole. Buggy is 1st. Best lap is a 1:11.751. Slappin is 5th up, 0.10. Ten minutes remaining in the session. Deadly D4N13L from United States is P4 up, 0.12, driving a Lamborghini Huracan GT3. Best lap is a 1:13.203, 1.452 off pole. Buggy is P1. Frederick Amsup from Italy is third driving a Mercedes-AMG GT3. Best lap is a 1:12.783, 1.032 off pole. Josh Fulton is seventh. Deadly D4 N13L is fifth. Grandmaster Matt 44 is P2 up, 0.39. Deadly D4 N13L is fifth up, 0.48. Josh Fulton is third up, 0.17, driving an AMG GT3. Josh Fulton is provisional pole with a 1:12.635. Buggy is P1. Buggy is provisional pole with a 1:11.493. Kyle Z32 from United States is P7. Grandmaster Matt 44 is second up, 0.23. Kyle Z32 is seventh, up 1.32. Grandmaster Matt 44 is second up, 0.13. Grandmaster Matt 44 improved as P2 with a 1:12.145, 0.652 off pole. Frederick Amsup is P4 up, 0.46. Frederick Amsup improved is third with a 1:12.338, 0.845 off pole. Josh Fulton from United States is P4 up, 0.70. Josh Fulton improved to second with a 1:11.855, 0.362 off pole. 5 minutes remaining in the session. Buggy is first. Best lap is a 1:11.493. Slappin is P6 up 0.29. Slappin improved is P5 with a 1:12.799, 1.306 off pole. Josh Fulton is second. Best lap is a 1:11.855, 0.362 off pole. MCP TRON from United States is 8th on mediums driving a BMW Z4. Frederick Amsup is P4 up 0.10. Josh Fulton is P2 up 0.18. Deadly D4 N13L is P6, driving a Huracan GT3. Kyle Z32 is P7. MCP Tron from United States is P8. Deadly D4 N13L is 6th up, 0.38. Deadly D4N13L improved as 5th with a 112.684, 1.191 off pole. MCP TRON is P8 up 5.14. The qualifying session is now in overtime. Frederick Amsup is 4th. Best lap is a 112.338, 0.845 off pole. Grandmaster Matt 44 is P3. Best lap is a 112.145, 0.652 off pole. Josh Fulton is 2nd. Grandmaster Matt 44 is P3, driving an Audi. Kyle Z32 is P7. Best lap is a 114.434, 2.941 off pole. Grandmaster Matt 44 is 3rd up, 0.07. The race session is at Ottawa Motorsports Park Club Circuit in Ottawa, United States. The wind speed is 14 kilometers mph from the north. Buggy is 1st. Josh Fulton from United States is P2, driving a Mercedes-AMG GT3. Grandmaster Matt 44 is P3. Frederick Amsup from Italy is P4, driving a Mercedes-AMG GT3. Deadly D4N13L from United States is 5th, driving a Lamborghini Huracan GT3. Slappin is 6th, driving a BMW Z4. Kyle EZ32 from United States is 7th, driving a BMW Z4. MCP TRON from United States is 8th, driving a BMW Z4. 20 minutes remaining in the session. Race start. Grandmaster Matt 44 is first. Josh Fulton is P3. Grandmaster Matt 44 is P2. Josh Fulton is third. Frederick Amsup is fourth. Slappin is fourth. Josh Fulton is P2. Frederick Amsup is third, driving an AMG GT3, 0.5 ahead of Slappin. MCP TRON from United States is K-5, 0.2 behind Slappin. Josh Fulton is second, 0.7 ahead of Frederick Amsup. Frederick Amsup is P3, 0.6 behind Josh Fulton. Josh Fulton is second, 0.7 ahead of Frederick Amsup. Frederick Amsup is P3, 0.7 behind Josh Fulton. Buggy from Zimbabwe is P6, driving a BMW Z4, 0.8 behind MCP TRON. Frederick Amsup is third. Frederick Amsup lost P3 to Slappin. MCP Tron is 8th, driving a Z4, 0.3 behind Kyle's 32. Josh Fulton is P2, 0.6 behind Grandmaster Matt 44.
Frederick Amsup is P5. Best lap is a 112.759.720 off the fastest lap.
Josh Fulton on lap 4 is P2, 0.6 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. Buggy is P5, 0.3 behind Frederick Amsup. Buggy passed Frederick Amsup for P4. Josh Fulton is P2, 0.7 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. Kyle Z32 is P7, driving a Z4, 1.3 behind Deadly D4 M13L. Josh Fulton from United States is P2, 0.1 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. Deadly D4N13L is P6, 0.1 ahead of Kylis 32. 15 minutes remaining in the session. Deadly D4N13L lost P6 to Kyle's 32. Josh Fulton is P2, 0.4 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. Buggy is P-4, 0.5 behind Slappin. Josh Fulton is P2, 0.6 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. Buggy is P4, driving a Z4, 0.5 behind Slappin. Josh Fulton is second, 0.5 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. Buggy is fourth. Best lap is a 111.737. Josh Fulton is P2, 0.6 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. Slappin is P4 driving a BMW Z4, 0.4 behind Buggy. Buggy is third, 0.6 ahead of Slappin. Deadly D4N13L is P6, 0.8 behind Kyle's 32. Josh Fulton is second, 0.9 ahead of Buggy. Buggy is P3, 0.6 behind Josh Fulton. Buggy was 1.0 faster last lap. Deadly D4N13L is sixth, driving a Lamborghini Huracan GT3, 0.8 behind Kyle's 32. Buggy is P3. Kyle Z32 is P6, 0.8 behind Deadly D4N13L. Buggy is third, 0.2 behind Josh Fulton. Buggy passed Josh Fulton for second. Josh Fulton from United States is third, 0.3 behind Buggy. Buggy was 1.1 faster last lap. Buggy is P2 driving a BMW Z4, 0.5 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. Josh Fulton is P3. Best lap is a 112.668.931 off the fastest lap. Buggy is second, 0.4 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. Buggy was 0.9 faster last lap. Josh Fulton is P3, 0.4 behind Buggy. Buggy is second, 0.4 ahead of Josh Fulton. Buggy was 0.5 faster last lap. 10 minutes remaining in the session. Josh Fulton is third, 0.9 behind Buggy. Buggy is second, driving a Z4, 0.4 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. Grandmaster Matt 44 is P2, 0.1 behind Buggy. Josh Fulton on lap 9 is third, 0.3 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. Grandmaster Matt 44 on lap 9 is P2, 0.2 behind Buggy. Josh Fulton from United States is P3, 0.2 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. Grandmaster Matt 44 is second, 0.3 ahead of Josh Fulton. Josh Fulton is third, 0.6 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. Grandmaster Matt 44 is second, 0.6 behind Buggy. Josh Fulton is P3, driving an AMG, 0.4 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. Grandmaster Matt 44 is second, 0.4 ahead of Josh Fulton. Josh Fulton is third. Best lap is a 1:12.528, 0.791 off the fastest lap. Grandmaster Matt 44 is second, 0.1 ahead of Josh Fulton. Slappin is P4, 1.4 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. Slappin is now P3. Josh Fulton is fourth. Slappin is P3, 0.4 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. Slappin was 2.3 faster last lap. Josh Fulton is P4, 1.1 behind Slappin. Grandmaster Matt 44 is P3. Best lap is a 1:12.419, 0.682 off the fastest lap. Josh Fulton is fourth, 0.7 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. Grandmaster Matt 44 is P+3, battling Josh Fulton. Josh Fulton is fourth, 0.4 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. Grandmaster Matt 44 is third, 0.5 ahead of Josh Fulton. Josh Fulton was 1.0 faster last lap. 5 minutes remaining in the session. Josh Fulton is P4. Grandmaster Matt 44 is P3, 0.6 ahead of Josh Fulton. Josh Fulton is P4, 0.6 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. Grandmaster Matt 44 is third, 0.6 ahead of Josh Fulton. Josh Fulton is fourth, 0.6 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. Grandmaster Matt 44 on lap 14 is P3, 0.7 ahead of Josh Fulton. Josh Fulton is fourth, driving at AMG, 0.3 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. Josh Fulton passed Grandmaster Matt 44 for third. Josh Fulton lost P3 to Grandmaster Matt 44. Grandmaster Matt 44 is third. Josh Fulton is P4, 0.2 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. Josh Fulton passed Grandmaster Matt 44 for third. Grandmaster Matt 44 is P4, 0.1 behind Josh Fulton. Kyle Z32 is P7. Best lap is a 1:13.178, 1.441 off the fastest lap. Grandmaster Matt 44 is fourth, 0.4 behind Josh Fulton. Kyle Z32 is P7, 1.0 behind Frederick Amps Up. Grandmaster Matt 44 is fourth, 0.9 behind Josh Fulton. Josh Fulton was 1.0 faster last lap. Kyle Z32 from United States is 7th, 0.8 behind Frederick Amps Up. Josh Fulton is 3rd, 0.7 behind Slappin. Kyle's 32 is 7th, 0.2 behind Frederick Amps Up. Slappin is P2, 2.6 ahead of Josh Fulton. Kyle Z32 is P+7, 0.1 behind Frederick Amps Up. Kyle Z32 passed Frederick Amps Up for P6. Buggy is first. Frederick Amsup is 7th, driving an AMG, 4.8 behind Kyle's 32. The leader has just finished the race. Buggy finished P1. Slappin finished second. Josh Fulton finished third. Grandmaster Matt 44 finished P4. Deadly D 4N13L finished 5th.
Kyle's 32 finished P6.
Frederick Amsup finished 7th. The race session is at Ottawa Motorsports Park Club Circuit in Ottawa, United States. The wind speed is 2 km/h from the northeast. Frederick amps up is P1. Kyle Z32 from United States is second, driving a BMW Z4. Deadly D4N13L from United States is P3, driving a Lamborghini Huracan GT3. Grandmaster Matt 44 is fourth. Josh Fulton from United States is fifth, driving a Mercedes-AMG GT3. Slappin is P6, driving a BMW Z4. Buggy from Zimbabwe is P7, driving a BMW Z4. Frederick amps up from Italy is P1, driving a Mercedes-AMG GT3. "20 minutes remaining in the session. Race start. Kyle Z32 is second. Deadly D4N13L is second. Buggy is P4. Josh Fulton is fourth. Kyle Z32 is P-5. Josh Fulton is P4, 0.3 ahead of Kyle Z32. Kyle Z32 on lap 2 is P5, 0.5 behind Josh Fulton. Josh Fulton from United States is P4, 0.3 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. Frederick amps up is P2, 0.3 behind Buggy. Josh Fulton is fourth, 0.5 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. Frederick amps up is P2, driving an AMG GT3, 0.7 behind Buggy. Grandmaster Matt 44 is P4, 0.2 behind Josh Fulton. Kyle Z32 on lap 3 is fifth, 0.6 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. Grandmaster Matt 44 is fourth, 0.3 ahead of Kyle's S32. Kyle's 32 is fifth, driving a BMW Z4, 0.4 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. Grandmaster Matt 44 is P4, 0.5 ahead of Kyle Z32. Kyles 32 is P5, driving a Z4. 0.4 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. Josh Fulton is third best. Lap is a 1:12.286, 0.425 off the fastest lap. Grandmaster Matt 44 on lap 4 is P4, 0.3 ahead of Kyle Z32. Kyle Z32 is P5, 0.5 behind Grandmaster Mac 44. Grandmaster Matt 44 is fourth, 0.5 behind Josh Fulton. Josh Fulton is P3, 0.5 behind Frederick Amsup. Josh Fulton was 0.6 faster last lap. "15 minutes remaining in the session." Slappin is sixth. Best lap is a 1:12.402, 0.541 off the fastest lap. Frederick Amsup is P3, 0.6 ahead of Grandmaster Matt 44. Frederick Amsup lost P3 to Grandmaster Matt 44. Slappin is P5, 0.6 behind Frederick Amsup. Slappin passed Frederick Amsup for fourth. Josh Fulton is P3. Slappin is fourth, 0.3 behind Josh Fulton. Josh Fulton is P3, driving a AMG GT3, 0.5 ahead of Slappin. Frederick Amsup from Italy is fifth, 0.6 behind Slappin. Slappin on lap 6 is P4, 0.5 behind Josh Fulton. Josh Fulton is P3, 0.6 ahead of Slappin. Slappin is P4, 0.3 behind Josh Fulton. Kyle Z32 is sixth, driving a BMW Z4, 0.8 behind Frederick Amsup. Josh Fulton is P3, driving an AMG GT3, 0.2 ahead of Slappin. Slappin is P4, 0.8 behind Josh Fulton. Josh Fulton from United States is third, 0.6 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. Slappin is P4, 0.5 behind Josh Fulton. Josh Fulton on lap 7 is third, 0.5 behind Grandmaster Matt 44.
Slappin is P4,
0.6 behind Josh Fulton. Josh Fulton is P3, 0.3 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. Slappin is fourth, 0.5 behind Josh Fulton. Josh Fulton is P3, 0.4 ahead of Slappin. Slappin is fourth, 0.3 behind Josh Fulton. Josh Fulton is P3. Minutes remaining in the session. Josh Fulton is P3. Slappin is P4, 0.2 behind Josh Fulton. Josh Fulton from the United States is P3, 0.1 ahead of Slappin. Slappin is P4 driving a Z4, 0.3 behind Josh Fulton. Josh Fulton is third. Slappin is P4, 0.3 behind Josh Fulton. Josh Fulton is P3, 0.3 behind Grandmaster Matt 44. Slappin is fourth, 0.2 behind Josh Fulton. Josh Fulton is P3, 0.1 ahead of Slappin. Slappin is P4, driving a Z4, 0.2 behind Josh Fulton. Grandmaster Matt 44 is third, 0.3 behind Josh Fulton. Buggy is P1. Best lap is a 1:11.404. Grandmaster Matt 44 is third, 0.3 behind Josh Fulton. Slappin is sixth, driving a Z4, 4.6 ahead of Deadly D4N13L. Deadly D4N13L was 15.1 faster last lap. Grandmaster Matt 44 on lap 11 is P3, 0.8 behind Josh Fulton. Josh Fulton was 0.7 faster last lap. Deadly D4N13L on lap 11 is 7th. Grandmaster Matt 44 is 3rd, driving an Audi, 0.8 behind Josh Fulton. Deadly D4N13L is 7th, driving a Huracan GT3. Grandmaster Matt 44 is 3rd. Best lap is a 1:12.495, 1.091 off the fastest lap. Buggy is 1st. Grandmaster Matt 44 is 3rd, 0.7 behind Josh Fulton. Josh Fulton was 0.6 faster last lap. Five minutes remaining in the session. Buggy is 1st. Kyle's 32 is P4, 0.8 behind Josh Fulton. Kyle Z32 passed Josh Fulton for P3. Josh Fulton from the United States is 4th, 1.0 behind Kyle Z32. Josh Fulton was 0.9 faster last lap. Slappin is 6th, driving a Z4, 4.1 behind Frederick Amsup. Slappin was 2.6 faster last lap. Josh Fulton on lap 14 is 4th, 0.6 behind Kyle's 32. Kyle's 32 was 5.4 faster last lap. Buggy is 1st. Josh Fulton is 4th, 0.1 behind Kyle's 32. Kyle Z32 is 4th, 0.1 behind Josh Fulton. Josh Fulton is 3rd, 0.6 ahead of Kyle Z32. Kyle's 32 is 4th, 0.5 behind Josh Fulton. Josh Fulton is 3rd. Kyle Z32 is P4, 0.7 behind Josh Fulton. Grandmaster Matt 44 on lap 15 is 2nd, 1.3 behind Buggy. Grandmaster Matt 44 was 2.2 faster last lap. Grandmaster Matt 44 passed Buggy for P1. Kyle S32 is third driving a BMW Z4, 0.7 behind Josh Fulton. Buggy exiting pits. Frederick amps up is fourth, 1.7 behind Kyle Z32. Kyle Z32 is third. Best lap is a 1:12.474, 1.070 off the fastest lap. Josh Fulton is second, 0.6 ahead of Kyle Z32.
Kyle's 32 is third.
Grandmaster Matt 44 is P1, 4.4 ahead of Josh Fulton. Kyle is 32 on lap 17 is third, 0.6 behind Josh Fulton. Slappin is fifth driving a BMW Z4, 1.6 behind Frederick amps up. The leader has just finished the race. Grandmaster Matt 44 finished first. Josh Fulton finished second. Kyle Z32 finished third. Frederick amps up finished P4. Slappin finished fifth. Buggy finished sixth. Deadly D4N13L finished seventh.